All right, good morning. Welcome to HiiT Squad. Today's workout is going to be a combination of our strength training with a little bit of a cardio blast. So what we're going to do today is similar to last week. We're going to have one block, 3 exercises. So we're going to do each of our 3 exercises. And then at the end of our 3rd exercise, after we go through it 3 times, we are going to do one 35-second block or 135-second set of a cardio exercise. So everything, all the 3 exercises we'll be doing, they'll be repeated 3 times, except for the cardio, that's only once, and then we'll go on to our next block. So we're gonna have 3 blocks today, and it's a combination of a lot of legs, abs, and arms. So we're gonna get started. We're actually gonna start on our back today. We're gonna move into standing up. So starting on your back, bring your knees into your chest, just rocking side to side, waking up your back just a little bit. And then from here, holding your legs into a tabletop, we're going to hold onto the back of the right thigh and extend that right leg up. Flex the right foot and just pull that right leg just a little bit back. It doesn't have to go far. And then keeping your leg flexed, pressing behind the hamstring, bend the knee at the right and lift it back up. So bend at the knee and then extend the leg. 2 more. And last one. And then just switch legs, come to that left leg, grabbing on behind the hamstring, and then extend that left leg up, really pull back on it just a little bit, feel the tension in your hamstring, flex the foot, pull back a little bit more, and then bend and extend. Keeping that right leg at a good tabletop. 2 more extensions, and last one. Perfect. Holding those legs right at the tabletop, we're going to reach our arms out to the side and just drop your legs side to side. So you don't have to go all the way down, just dropping side to side, trying to keep both shoulders on the mat as you go. Perfect. Let's drop our legs all the way to the left. And try to keep that right arm open. So try to keep the right shoulder on the mat. From here, we're going to reach that right arm forward to meet the left arm and then reach it back, opening up the upper back and the shoulders, reach that right arm forward again, and then open it back up. Try to get that right shoulder on the mat. 2 more. And last one. And now we're going to take our legs and we're going to lift them up, drop them over to the right and do the same thing on the right side. So we're going to take that left arm, reach it forward to the right, and then open it back up. Try to get the shoulders to tap on the mat. 3 more times. So the purpose of this is to open up the chest, work out, warm up the shoulders, open up the upper back. Let's get 1 more. And after that last one, bring your legs up to that tabletop. This time, bring your knees into your chest, and then grab onto the bottom of your feet or the bottom of your ankles and just pull your knees more into your armpits and then rock side to side. Releasing the back, opening up the thighs. And now pull the knees into your chest and start rocking up and down. And when you're ready, rock all the way onto those feet and try to come to a standing position. Once you get there, taking your right leg, grabbing onto the right leg, pull your leg back into that quad stretch. Good, keeping that right leg lifted, you're gonna pull that knee into your chest, try to just hug it into your chest. Find balance. And now open that right leg out to the side, just hold it up. I'm losing my balance here already. Good, and then lower it back down. Let's take the left leg, so lift it back up, pull that heel into your glute for the quad stretch. Extend that leg up, holding that knee in. And then open it up to the side. Perfect, lower it down. And then spread those legs out nice and wide and just drop side to side. Feel like me, everything's cracking. Get 3, 2, 1. Come to stand, but keep those legs nice and wide forward, fold down. Let your head be heavy, let the top of your head come to the mat. Keeping your left hand down, twist up with the right. And then switch, place your right hand on the mat, twist up with the left. bring that left hand back down, and then slowly come back up, bring those feet together, and just start jogging it out. Good. All right, so you're gonna bring your hands up to your chest, elbows open wide, and now we're going to hop and switch. We're going to hop and twist. So we're gonna hop and twist. So just twist your upper body. Good. Just warming up your spine for 4, 3, 2, and 1, right into jumping jacks. Here we go. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go into squats. Good job. We got 3 more. And last one. Excellent. All right, so we're going to get started here. All right, so we are going to use some weights today. So I think anything 5 or above would be perfect. I have some 8s and I have some 5s here today. All right, so what we're going to start with is we're going to start with a squat with a step back lunge. So you're going to hold your weights right at your shoulders. We're just holding the weights here, but we're going to come into like a chair pose squat. And all we're going to do is step back lunge. So holding that square pose, holding that chair pose, just step back and lower down a little bit more. So that's your exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, we're going to come down onto our backs, holding your dead bug like we first started, the legs up, arms extended overhead. And what we're going to do here is as we extend one leg, we're going to bend the arms into a tricep. Bend, extend, and switch. So now the thing I want you to be really aware of here is your elbows. Make sure that they're not coming out. You want to keep them tucked in. You also want to keep your lower back pressed into the mat, which will really fire up your core. Try to extend the arms all the way as you come back up to work your triceps even more. After that one, we're going to need the weights again. You're going to place the weights right in the middle of your mat. We're going to come to a plank position, and we're going to come to a sprawl. So we're going to hop it in. Once we get there, we're going to grab our weights, row it up. So row on the outside, squeeze those elbows up. So again, hop it in, hop it out, hop it in, come to stand, and row it up. So really just pull those arms up. So I love heavier weights for rows. So I think for rows, I will go a little bit heavier, but do what feels best for you. And then we're going to go through and repeat each of those exercises 3 times. And then on the 10th time, so after we repeat those sprawls with the row for the 3rd time, we are going to go into speed skaters. So we're going to come to our feet and we're going to hop side to side. Now with the speed skater, if you want a little extra, we're going to do 1 long jump and then 2 short. 1 long, 2 short. Only if you want to mix it up a bit, because I know we've done speed skaters for a while. All right, we got 10 seconds on the clock. Get ready with those weights. Remember, we're holding that chair pose and we're stepping back for our first one. Here we go. So chair and then step back. Good. So just try to stay low. By the way, we're working for 35 seconds. In case it seemed a little bit longer than usual. Almost there, just a few more seconds. That's fine. All right, so we're gonna come back onto our backs, get into that reverse bird dog position. Remember, extend and bend. Extending the arms all the way up. Keeping the legs nice and strong, nice and at that right angle when they're bent. Don't let the bent knee pull back into your chest. Making sure that your lower back is pressing into the mat. Really engage the core here. Breathe it out. Almost there. All right, awesome. So let's flip it over. We're going to come to our plank for our sprawls and our row. Here we go. Good. If you want to add a push-up in there, if you want a little more arm, go ahead and do so. Not necessary, but you can. Looks really good, really good. Just make sure when you jump in on those squats, on those sprawls, you're landing flat-footed. Remember, after this, we go back up to the top for that chair lunge. All right, excellent work. Coming back up. 2 seconds, grab those weights. Step back, chair lunge. Nice. You should start to feel your quads by this point. Depending on what you've done the last few days, maybe your hamstrings too. Oh, time, excellent. All right, on your back again. Get in that dead bug position, extend the arms overhead. Here we go. Remember, keep those elbows tucked in. Yes, looks good, looks good. Extend the arms all the way. Breathe. That's it, come on, keep the back pressed into the mat. Keep breathing. Excellent, all right, let's flip it over. Time for sprawls. Here we go. It's okay to come up a little bit higher when you come into that row if your elbows are getting in the way or your knees are getting in the way, those rows. Nice, good row, good row. All right, final 10 seconds, try to pick up the pace just a little bit. And time. All right, back up, grab those weights. Get ready for that chair lunge. So we're going to do our chair lunge. We're going to do our bird dog. And then we're going to do the sprawls again. Right after the sprawls, we come up and we do our 35-second cardio burst. Breathe it out. Come on, you got it. Hang in there, hang in there. Let those legs burn. It's okay. Stay low. Just a few more seconds. And time. All right. On your back. Last time down here. Here we go. Extend those arms all the way. Back is pressed into the mat. If your quads weren't hurting you before, you should feel them kicking in now. Come on, press that back into the mat. Engage the core a lot. Breathe it out. Excellent. All right, let's flip it over. Let's go right into our sprawls. Here we go. Come on, looks good, looks good. Just 10 seconds left. 5 seconds, come on. Excellent. All right, let's stand up. Let's get ready for the speed skater. So, speed skater or option for that long jump, short jump speed skater. Here we go. Breathe it out, breathe it out. Just a few more seconds, 10 seconds left. Time. All right, grab some water. We're gonna go on to our block 2. Whew, okay. So for block 2, what we're gonna start with is a prisoner squat. So prisoner squat, you're gonna have your legs a little bit wider than a regular squat. You can turn your toes out. Totally doesn't matter. Just make sure your knees and your toes are tracking in the same direction. Hands behind your head, elbows open nice and wide. We're just gonna squat down. So that's a prisoner squat. Now feel free to turn your toes out wider and drop down. There's a few ways to do these. One is not wrong, one is not right, but you just wanna make sure that everything is staying nice and open. Hence the name prisoner squat. All right, that's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, we're gonna be on our backs. We're gonna do a fly. So we're gonna come up to that reverse tabletop again. And as we open up our arms, we're going to drop our toes down and lift back up. So now the trick here is to make sure that that back is staying pressed into the ground. Don't worry about how low your legs are coming. Just really make sure that as your legs come down, your back is pressing into the mat, engaging the core. Your arms are opening, little bend in the arms, really just working on the back muscles here. You'll be good. All right, exercise number 2, curtsy with a squat. So we're gonna come back up, down, up, down. So we're gonna squat, first curtsy, squat, curtsy, squat. That's exercise 3. So after we repeat each of those 3 times, we're going to do 35 seconds of seal jack. So arms out in front and just open and close. All right, so we got a few seconds on the clock before this resumes again. So remember, we're starting with prisoner squat, no weight. Then we're coming down onto our back. The fly is tapping our toes down if we can. And then our squat with our curtsy squat. 5 seconds left before we start. Our cardio is our seal jack. 2 seconds, let's get ready in that stance. And jack and squat, prisoners. Good, so whatever squat you're doing, get nice and low. Under 10 seconds. Excellent. On the ground. Let's grab those weights. These are flies, so you can always go up and wait here if you want. Just make sure your back is pressing into the mat. Here we go. So slight bend in your elbows. Squeeze the chest as you come up. Remember, your toes may not tap down. That's okay. All that matters is your back is staying pressed into the mat, engaging up that core the entire time. Breathe it out. That looks good. Come on, stay with it. Beautiful. Come on up. Let's get ready for those squat curtsies. So curtsy, squat to center. Here we go. So start anywhere you'd like. Keep those hips squared off as you come down to that curtsy. Try not to open up to the corner like I just did. Stay square. Come on, breathe. Come on, you're right there, right there. Excellent. All right, back to those prisoner squats. Here we go. Good, drop down low, come on. Get those glutes engaged. Beautiful. All right, on the ground, grab those weights, get ready for our flies. Slight bend in the arms, here we go. Good, breathe. Remember, if you go up and weight a little bit, put a little bit more bend in your elbow just to protect your shoulders. Don't lock out those arms. Back is pressing into the mat. Remember, sometimes the heavier the weight affects how far your legs can go down, and that's okay. Squeeze, come on. Excellent, back up, curtsy squat. Whew. 2 seconds. Here we go. Perfect. All right, back to those prisoner squats. This is our last time through. So we got prisoner squats. We got those flies. Here we go. And then we are going to do those curtsy squats again. After we finish our next round of curtsy squats, that's when we go into our seal jacks. Breathe it out. Good. Relax the shoulders. Chest is lifted. Drop down a little bit deeper now. Maybe pick up the speed just a little bit. Right there, right there. Beautiful. All right, on the mat. Flies. Here we go. Come on, you're right there. Breathe it out. And time. All right, curtsy lunge. Curtsy squat, I should say. Here we go. So remember, after this, we got our seal jacks. Good, drop it low. Breathe, come on, we're right there, right there. All right, so we're gonna have this little 5-second break and we go right into our seal jack. So arms out in front. Here we go. So squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back. Keep those arms parallel to the ground. Core is in tight. Good. If the jumping's too much, just step it out. But keep those arms strong. Get a nice break after this and put it all in there. Hold a minute off. Come on, you're right there, right there. 3 seconds, 2, and time. Beautiful. All right, so round 3 or circuit 3. Grab a quick sip of water. I'll tell you what's next. All right, so up next, we're gonna grab weights. You can go as heavy as you'd like here. This is an overhead, so just be aware of that. So weights right at your shoulders. We are going to step back lunge. Whatever leg is in the front, we're gonna press up. Step back lunge. Whatever leg is in the front, overhead press. So alternating arms with that one. Exercise number 2, we're going to do a hollow press. So we're gonna lay down on the mat. legs extended, and we're just gonna press our arms straight up. So really engage the core, pressing that back into the mat. Arms come straight up and down. You're gonna hold those in a neutral grip, so they will be parallel to each other. And then finally, our last one is going to be a combination of a flight and mountain climbers. So for our last one, we're gonna flip it over. We're going to come into a plank position. We're gonna run it in for 10. Once you get your 10, you're gonna lower down, extend your arms out, swing them behind, back out, swing them behind, right next to your chest, press back up, 10 mountain climbers. So I'll do that again. 10 mountain climbers, lower down all the way to the mat. Extend your arms out, swing the arms behind you, lift that upper body and the legs if you can. Swing them back, upper body and legs lift again. So as you swing forward, lower and then lift. So you are working your back and you're also working your core and your legs. So if it's too much to lift both your legs and your upper body, just lift your upper body. You're gonna do that for 2. After your second one, place your hands right next to your chest, press up into that push-up pose, 10 mountain climbers again. All right. So let's get started. Grab those weights, have them right on your shoulders. We're gonna do a step back lunge. Remember, whatever leg's in the front, that's the arm that's gonna come back up to the sky. And let's work. Remember, we're dropping straight down, bend that back knee. Almost let it hover over the mat. Breathe, come on. Excellent. All right, we're gonna come down to those hollows, which if you were up in weights, you might want to come back down a little bit in weights. Extend those legs out, lift the legs, press the back into the mat, and just extend those arms up and down. Now, if this is too much for you, bend at the knees, keep your head and shoulders lifted, just to keep that back pressing onto the mat a little bit more, but you can always bend the knees if at any point it becomes too much, especially in your lower back. This is a lot. Breathe it out, come on. You got it, you got it. Come on, you can do this, hang in there. Just a few more seconds. You can do this all the way through. Excellent, all right, let's flip it over for those wacky flights. So all the way onto your plank, into your plank position, run it in for 10. Then when you're gonna lower it down for 2 flights. Remember with those flights, really try to lift up the legs and the upper body, press the belly into the mat. And that's time. All right, we're coming back to those overhead presses with the lunges. Grab those weights, come to rise, step back lunge. So your arms should be pretty tired by this point. At least you should start to feel them by this point. If you need to drop your weights and do the same exercise without your weights, that's fine too. Come on, breathe it out. Time. Ooh, back to hollows. Just when we thought we had a little arm break, no arm break, no ab break. On our backs, extend those legs and press up and down. Remember, if this becomes too much, you can bend at the legs and you can simply press without anything in your hands as well. You don't necessarily need the weight. This is a lot on its own. Also, the lower the legs are, the harder this becomes. So if you need to press your legs up a little bit, that's okay too. Breathe, come on. We are right there. All right, flip it over back to those mountain climbers with our flights. And time. All right, let's grab onto those weights. Let's come to rise. Get ready for those lunges. Here we go. This is our last time through. Come on. You got this. We're right there, right there. Perfect. All right. On your backs, let's get ready for those hollows. So just something to think about. If you're finding that you're not being challenged enough because you don't have heavier enough weights, all of these exercises become a lot more challenging when the weight goes up a little bit. So Walmart has some awesome deals. Amazon has some good deals. So even if you just get an 8 or a 10 pound, they will definitely bring the workouts up just a little bit, enough to get your heart rate up enough to be a little more challenging. Come on, breathe it out, breathe it out. We're right there. Hang in there. Back is pressing into the mat. Excellent. Flip it over into flight. Here we go. Let's run it in for 10, 2 flight. Come on, you're right there. Under 10 seconds left. We do our cardio. Oh, I forgot to tell you what your cardio is. Your cardio is 10 high knees and 1 burpee. All right. So let's come to rise, come to stand up. So we're gonna get 10 high knees. You can march it in or you can run it in, and 1 burpee. Modify where you need to. Here we go. We just got 35 seconds. This is our cardio burst. Once you get your 10, hop it down. Burpee with a push-up. And then right back up to 10 high knees. It's only 35 seconds. You are a third of the way done. Come on, we got this, we got this. Get a break after this. Come on, just 4 more seconds. And time. Awesome job. You are all done with this workout. Let's get a good stretch in there. And we'll let you go. All right, so let's let our heart rate come down a little bit. All right, so just step side to side, hands on your hips. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let your heart rate slow just a little bit. Then spread your legs out nice and wide. And inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees and drop it down. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees and drop it down. One more time. And bend your knees and drop them down. Come to rise. Taking your right hand, wrap it behind your back. Just grab onto it with the left. Just hold it there for a second. All right, now we're going to side bend over to the right. And now side bend over to the left. Just pull on that right arm just a little bit. Doesn't have to go far. Just a little stretch. Good. Releasing that left arm. Bring that left arm up and over. Side bend as far as you can over to the right again. Keeping that right arm behind your back. Good, and come up. All right, taking that left hand, wrap it behind your back, hold it with the right. So just give yourself a second to stretch here. Side bend just as you are over to the left. It's okay to stick your hips out. All right, now let's side bend over to the right, holding on to that left hand with the right. Give me a little resistance against that shoulder. Good, come on up, release that right hand. Side bend as far as you can over to the left. Good, coming back up, relaxing those hands. Taking that left arm, wrap it across your body, look over that left shoulder. And then switch, take that right arm, hug it in, look over that right shoulder. Perfect, released. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually come into a deep squat. So spread those legs out a little bit, turn your toes out, and sink your hips down, and try to come all the way into a Malasana squat. So you might have to adjust as you get here. Weight is in the back of your heels, pressing, if you can, bring your hands to prayer, pressing your hands or elbows into the side of your legs, just pressing those legs out, opening up those hips just a little bit. Perfect. Releasing, wrapping your hands behind your back, and then dropping your butt to the ground, placing your feet out in front of you, toes facing up, forward fold, straight down. Really soften behind your knees here. Dragging your right foot in, placing your right foot along the left thigh, twisting your torso, forward fold over that left leg. Taking that left leg, we're going to, don't do that yet, hold on. Taking that right leg, cross it over the left knee. We're going to bend that left knee, come to a seated figure four, pressing that right knee away, flexing that right foot. Now, taking this left leg, we're going to shimmy it over to the right and then lower both legs down so that your shins are stacked one on top of the other, flexing both feet. And then forward fold. Coming back up. We're going to reach that right leg out, left foot should be right into your thigh, twisting your torso forward, fold over that right leg. Coming back up, taking that left foot, crossing it over the right, and then just placing that right foot on the mat, pushing the left knee away, sitting up nice and tall, opening up that hip flexor. All right, so now we're going to take that right foot, we're going to shimmy it over to the left, lower it down so that you have your shins stacked on one on top of the other, flexing both feet, and then forward fold. Coming back up, just come to a comfortable seated position. Reach your arms up overhead, placing the backs of your hands together, and then bringing them down in front, pressing them together, opening up the shoulders. Reaching them back up, and then releasing them to the ground. You're all done. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it, and I hope you feel it tomorrow.